Tutorial number 4 is how to build good habits. So we are creatures of habit. We are creatures that live our lives with lots of different habits. We do hundreds of habits throughout our life that we don't even realise we're doing, because these are simply set into our subconscious mind. Kind of like we're on autopilot. So for example, when you're driving home, would you actually remember the journey? I assume you're paying attention, I hope so. But do you remember the journey? So you know where the gears are, you know where to turn, you know how long the traffic light's going to take, when to speed up, when to slow down. So these are all things that are just set into your subconscious mind. This is called subconscious living. So basically you don't have this, you've done this so many times that it has sunk into your subconscious mind. And you no longer need to think deeply about what you're doing, because it just comes naturally to you. It's within your nature now, because it's just been implanted that deeply. So how does this relate? So this is relevant because you right now are doing some habits which do not benefit your life. So just a few examples. Some of the bad habits would be not pushing yourself when you're training, so you're giving in too easy, sitting down with the TV instead of getting up and active, eating foods which give you no benefits like crisps, chocolate, biscuits, cakes, you get the idea. Having a negative attitude towards the harder things, so certain exercises, getting up early to prepare your food, sacrificing the comfort foods, or picking at foods throughout the day. Smoking or drinking, skipping breakfast, which I know is for a lot of people, or not drinking enough water. Like literally, the list is endless. You've got hundreds of different habits. This is just some of the few. So as of tomorrow, no more bad habits. You probably said this 100 times. And you want to change your habits, but how badly do you want it? Do you mean it? Sometimes you've done it, but you just failed. But why you failed? It's not because you're weak or you're a bad person. You're certainly not a bad person. You just don't know what to do with it. So you're failing simply because habits are extremely hard to change. They're hard to change because they're so ingrained, because they become so automatic. It's hard to change them. You may have been doing these habits for years, so they're so deeply planted into your subconscious mind. So how on earth do you expect to change them in just after a week? But with a little bit of work, some small progressions, and a positive mindset, you will change these bad habits for extremely beneficial ones. So just to touch on that, one problem where a lot of people go wrong, one place where a lot of people go wrong, is that they're like, right, no longer doing this or this. They've got 5 or 6 different things that they just want to completely get rid of. Now, yes, for the first day or two, you might completely get rid of them, but you don't replace them with anything. They're gone. Now, the important thing is to replace these habits with small things. But we're only going to do one habit at a time. But you need to make sure when you find your habit is to replace it with something, not just get rid of it. So, before we go anywhere and start changing these habits, we need to know 3 things. So where are you right now? First, you need to know where you are right now with your health. So ask yourself, what do I need to change? So I'd suggest you write this down. So write down 3 bad habits, which one for training, one for food and drink, and one for lifestyle. So for example, this isn't for me personally, it's just an example. I actually enjoy doing pull-ups, but training, so let's say you're always negative when it comes down to doing pull-ups, because you know that they're really hard to do. Food or drink, so you're drinking alcohol at home throughout the week when your aim is to lose body fat or weight, or just improve your health. And then like a lifestyle habit would be going to bed late. So these are 3 bad habits that, let's say, I have, and these are 3 bad habits. So the most important thing for you to do now is to figure out which is the habit you really want to focus on. And personally, I would say choose a food/drink or lifestyle related habit. Leave the training one for when you come to the gym, because that's something we can work on a one-to-one basis. So the next step will be to use the habit development chart, which is a download, and to be honest, it's quite self-explanatory. So basically, print off this, pick only one at a time. It needs to be small. We need to be able to perform this habit every day. It needs to be easy to understand and measurable. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being no confidence and 10 being 100% confident, you need to be able to do a 9 or a 10 that you can do this. Don't set a target or a habit that you just cannot do, because you will fail at it. So the habit I want to work on this month is, let's say I want to improve my sleep. So I will swap this bad habit with new improved positive habits. So let's say I want to be in bed reading a book by 10 o'clock. Every day I will circle yes or no on the chart below. I will write in the Facebook group every day for 30 days saying if I've done this, yes or no. So just literally when it comes around to do it, saying, hey guys, starting my habit development chart today. The habit I'm changing is this, and I'm swapping it for this. That's what I suggest you doing, because it means that you have to do it then. You put this out there and you need to do it. Don't keep it hidden, put it out there and do it. So just a few statistics on habit changes. So choosing 3 or more habits at a time is a 5% success rate. Literally, you're 5% likely to be successful if you choose 3 or more habits to change. And choosing 2 habits to change will give you about a 50% success rate. But the biggest one is if you do 1 habit at a time, you are likely 85-90% to be successful. And that's what we're looking for. We want to change 1 habit at a time, and then we are 85-95% more likely to be successful. So number 2, where are you intending to go? We know where we are now, but where do we want to go? So basically you need to figure out your X and Y. You need to know what your goals are, simply. So X and Y just means this is it for an example, I want to fit into this dress in 3 months. Or I want to be able to wear this shirt comfortably in 8 weeks. So something which is, I want to do X in Y. So the goal setting is vital. You need to know where you want to be in a certain amount of time. You wouldn't just randomly get in your car with no destination in mind, would you? You need to know where you want to be. So why start training and changing your life if you have no goal? So where there is no goal, there is no target. Where there is no target, there is no purpose. And when there's no purpose, why on earth would you want to put that extra bit of effort in? Why would you want to get up at 5:30 to train at 6 if you don't know why you're doing it? So this is why goals are important. So set your goals. 5 reasons to set a goal. Reason number 1. Goals, when properly planted in your subconscious mind, will provide direction and stimulate action. Goals create energy and motivation. Goals get you out of bed early in the morning and get you into the gym. Goals keep you going when you feel like quitting. The goal is the destination. Right? Would you randomly get in your car with no idea to go? No, you wouldn't. So you are 90% more likely to succeed if you have a goal set in mind. So how to stay motivated? It's great, we all start off positive and it's like, yes, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do X and Y, but how do I stay positive to make sure that I do it? How do I stay motivated? So the secret to staying motivated all the time is to set emotionally charged goals. Commit to them in writing and stay focused on these goals day and night. A goal with purpose is the fuel that propels you forward. You might think that you're in total conscious control of your body, but really it's your subconscious that controls everything. So plant it deep within your subconscious mind what you want to get. Now be specific as possible when it comes to setting goals. So base your goals around these 3 topics. A training related goal, such as I want to be able to do 10 press ups in 3 months. A lifestyle related goal, I want to wake up feeling refreshed in such time. And a physique related goal, so how I want to look. So I want to fit into my favourite dress or my favourite shirt in this amount of time. The most important thing once you've found these goals is to be specific and realistic. Be as specific as possible, like I just mentioned, but don't go saying I want to do this in a month, because if you don't do this in a month you'll be really annoyed. It's important to have a realistic goal. So as you can see, I didn't put I want to get stronger and fitter, because how do you know when you're stronger or fitter? What is the marker for that? So I didn't put I want to feel healthy, because how do you know when you feel healthy? Healthy for one person may be different for another. I didn't put I want to lose weight, because how much weight is your goal? And then what happens when you've lost that weight? So like I said, be specific and realistic. Know what you want, and then when you know that, we will work together to get you there. Most important of your goal is you need to stay positive. Look for small steps all the time. We're not looking for perfection, we are looking for progression. So I'll repeat that. We are not looking for perfection, we are looking for progression. So small steps all the time. So number 3 is look at where you've come from. Now, a lot of people, it's great having goals and it's very important, but it's important to know where you've come from to know where you want to be. For 2 reasons. So if you've made progression already in the last few months, be proud of that and look at what you've achieved. So if you've lost body fat or you've improved your strength in the last 3 months, then be proud of it. Say, wow, this is what I've done. Like I've done it before, so I'll do it again. And the other one is to look back over your health over the last 5 or 10 years. And if you've been like a really low, and if you've been really low on all aspects of your health, then it's important for you to know you don't want to be at that stage again. So if you've been 3 or 4 stone overweight, or you've walked up the stairs and you get out of breath and you just can't do it, you know that you know how important it is for you personally to not get to that state again. This is when the emotional side of it becomes a lot more important. So to summarise, find out what your bad habits are. Choose one to change for a positive habit. So make sure you find the habit, change it for a positive one. Set 3 goals, 1 training related, 1 lifestyle related, and 1 physique related. Make them specific and realistic. And then also look at your past health or recent progress to propel you forward. And now my favourite quote related to this is, a fox that chases 2 rabbits catches neither. So 1 target at a time is what is vital.